episode of Iggy the Man. It is January 7th, 2026. Already a crazy, chaotic year. First episode of the year. We got quite a few things. We're going to try to switch up the episodes a little bit and be a little bit more concise regarding like segments and topics. I want to talk some, world issues. Sometimes I'll do world issues. I'll do domestic issues, but at the end of the day, it's somebody's issues. So, we should probably talk about them, especially if they affect us, the best country in the world, America. So, yeah. So, first of all, before we start, remember to follow me across all platforms. Follow me on Rumble. That's going to be a good one. There's going to be some episodes that I'll be putting on there that I won't be putting on YouTube. Probably know why, because, everybody knows YouTube can perhaps sometimes when they decide do a little rug pull on you. But, my purpose of this show is going to be to try to be inclusive. Be inclusive, make it enjoyable for everybody. So, Rumble will be a little bit more direct. I'll use a different type of vocabulary, but Rumble, Instagram, X, I got them all the shows. You want to support me, we'll be putting up a Patreon pretty soon. Any support is amazing. It's not easy doing this. It's not easy to being this beautiful and making sure that everything looks good. So, all right, so let's get started. And we're going to start with a true favorite, or I guess a consistent regular here, which is going to be an altercation. This altercation happened in Seattle. I forgot what year. I should be able to hear it. The episode or the clip is from the Joe Rogan Experience. Lives here in Austin. Goes in tune with the whole podcasting thing. I'm sure a little bit about Joe Rogan, too. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Tom Green was the one that got him started on doing podcasts. Tom Green, definitely millennials. Remember, Gen Zers should look up Tom Green. You're going to laugh your ass off. Before everybody was doing pranks and sticks. Hope I said that right. Tom Green was the man. Eventually got a little bit too popular, too famous. Amazing creator. But he's the one that got Joe Rogan on podcasting. So that's the reason Joe Rogan started. So this gentleman is Phoenix Jones. Phoenix Jones was a true patriot, all-American, heart. I don't know where he's from. I think he's black. I'm pretty sure he's black. Usually last name Jones. I don't know. Unless you're Ted Jones, and it's different. But he was basically just a independent. I'm trying to find the best way to say it. An American that cared, and an American that decided, there's too many of these junkies around here, Seattle. Too much negative, evil things happening. So I'm just gonna suit up, literally suit up. He wears a suit. Used to wear a suit back then. I don't even know if he's still active doing his thing. But, some guy started pressing him because he was wearing a suit and something about just like Austin. I don't know if the city of or the state of Washington still has this, but it's mutual combat. Love having mutual combat. We have it here in Austin. You basically have to, in front of an officer, and agree with the other party that you want to do a mutual combat. The cops will stand back, and as long as you're not trying to, end each other, because I'm pretty sure there's a thing on YouTube about that word, then you could just fight it out. And I think you get like 2 minutes and until one party's obviously, being defeated. Usually if you get punched in the face really hard, no offense against you Gen Zers, everybody deserves to get punched in the face at least at one point. So you know that your words carry consequences, And that's why I try to stay healthy, because I know my words are always reaching people, and I tend to be a little bit inflammatory at times. But only in love, only to make you think, So here's the clip. Phoenix Jones on Joe Rogan Experience. Got to start it. And there we go. So here we go. Okay, so this is going to be Phoenix Jones street fight. Pretty awesome.
University Way, between 45th and 47th. Suspect wearing an orange shirt.
So you see him wearing that outfit,
Yes.
and you think, oh, I could kick this guy's ass for sure.
Yeah, this
Look at
guy's a
him, this
clown.
Fucking cosplay dork. But watch
And
this.
again, this guy,
Skip ahead.
Phoenix Jones, like he actually
Okay.
he didn't just hit the streets out of ignorance
So the guy wouldn't
with no
stop
utility
back,
belt. He just went out there with pepper spray, you know,
in
stuff
front of
that's
the
legal.
cops, they agreed to let
But
him
his
get
hands were
out.
very trained. So
That's it right
his
there. Right
his
there.
hands and legs.
Oh, that's when you know you made a mistake.
Yep.
That
yep.
first
that
leg
leg,
kick,
that
you
leg's
see the
jelly.
guy moving around. And
Hey,
again,
Grandpa.
you got a useless, and he's trying to kick too.
Nope.
Yeah.
So that's the drunk guy in the red shirt.
Jabbed him to the body.
He's out here acting up.
Wow.
Being in Austin, you already know. That's Phoenix Jones right there in the yellow and black. See, he's got an outfit on. The boy's ready.
That third leg kick.
And it's him and another homie because there was like a little group at one point that they had, you know.
Oh, the fourth leg kick.
So cops show up, ask him what's up.
That guy
Phoenix Jones. They already know Phoenix Jones, and they kind of like what he's doing as long as you don't get in harm's way.
That's it. That's a wrap.
But the cops are like, yeah, you agree? They're like, okay, you guys agree? You want to do it? Watch this, guys. That first leg, that first leg, bro, that hurt. That drunk guy's already like, oh my God. The guy don't even, he's like, oh my God. Look. And notice Phoenix Jones, see, you're light on your feet when you're in a fight. You never want to stand still because you're not moving. That's a non-moving target. So you want to make it hard for everybody to move. I'm a pacifist. I love nonstop, but, you know, I'm also, I like altercations sometimes, you know. But look at that. Watch this kick. Watch this kick. Oh, no, you already, yeah. So, pretty awesome, I think. You know, living in Austin, there's always a tiff, especially you're out in the trenches, you know. But man, watch your liquor. Watch what you say and who you say it to. And something that I think I've even mentioned before is like, don't let your mouth write checks that your fist cannot cash. I'm always going to be spicy here, but I'm never going to say things out of hate. Hate's never good. You know, if you need to hate because of a natural feeling, you know, hate and love come, I'm pretty sure, from the same part of the brain. Maybe somebody on the comments can like look it up and see if I was right or wrong, prove me wrong. But both very passionate feelings. And if you need to hate, man, just hate that you're lazy. Hate when hate your bad habits. Hate that, you know, that you didn't try hard enough. That's the type of hate. That's when you should focus that hate. Because again, to being grateful, practicing gratitude, man, it all ties in. You gotta have gratitude and practice it, you know. And yeah, and that leads us to the next, to really the meat of the subject. So, topic of today's gratitude, and the definition of gratitude. Very simple definition. It is, because I want to read it right, from Merriam-Webster dictionary. Gratitude, the state of being grateful. Thing about gratitude is that it's difficult. It's something you got to work on. You know, every morning I wake up, right after I get over the feeling that I have to do life all over again. You know, because life is hard. It's a journey. It's difficult. Most people everybody struggles in life, no matter your financial status, socioeconomic, or whatever. But you should practice gratitude, you know. Look at yourself in the mirror, you know, and literally every morning, look at yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself who that type of person is and how that type of person can be better, how you can make them better, make them stronger, make them smarter. And just focus on the things that you should be grateful for. That should be the very first thing you do. You just look at that guy in the mirror and say, yo, you look good. You're a good person. You're a good boy. You're a good girl. You know? And let's make the most out of this day. When you don't start your day from such a gracious point of view, self-gracious point of view, the day's only going to get harder. And even more, something about that ties into gratitude is like blessings, you know? How do you know that you're receiving blessings if you're not practicing gratitude, if you're not gracious with yourself? You know, because that's what ends up happening is sometimes you get, it's like Christmas and you remember that time mom and dad didn't get you, for those of you both, whatever. Or somebody gave you a gift that you really thought they're going to give you something that you told them or that you expected and then you didn't get it. And for those of you, because I feel we've all done it to a certain severity, that's a moment where the true self comes out, and that's when you go, you just smile and say thank you. I'm so glad you thought about me. If you're on the other side where you don't practice gratitude and you throw a tantrum, start acting brattish, spoiled, you don't realize that that's a blessing that a person was thinking about you and willing to put the time, finances, or effort just to even get you anything, Because, again, like, it's nobody's responsibility to think about your well-being but yourselves. So if anybody's willing to take the time, like, that's a blessing, You should be grateful. So, let's see. Oh, something else I wanted to talk about, too. Yeah. Well, let me do this one first, and then we'll talk about the current events. So I said I was going to talk about current events. I don't know if I'm going to do it at the end or at the beginning. I'll probably do it at the end just to leave you with, like, stuff to think about. Since usually we're in such a polarizing world. Whoop, whoop, 2026. Drink some tea to that. Also, if you haven't noticed, it's me as a baby, handsome man. It's my grandpa on my dad's side. I practice gratitude by my genetics. You guys might feel different, but Puerto Ricans are literally the perfect race, genetically. I mean, what other place would have an artist like Bad Bunny, Ricky Martin? I would claim J-Lo, but it depends. Puerto Rico's an identity, so, But yeah, good genetics. As you can see, we look exactly the same. So going back to gratitude, a clip I'm going to show you guys now, and this is a very popular person, John Cena. He's very hard to see because, it's John Cena. You don't see him sometimes. So, anyways, here's a clip. John Cena. Hopefully you see him because you never see him, but it's him talking about how he practices gratitude, and he always carries two watches. One watch he wears, which is the show watch, the nice one, and the other one is one that reminds him of where he came from and what, who he is as a person. So here's a clip.
This one tells time. This one tells perspective.
It tells what?
Perspective.
Perspective.
Yes, I keep it with me. It's got engravings on two sides. The back is something I used to feel uncomfortable in rooms like this, in front of people. Imagine that. My vocation is speaking in front. I used to think I was not enough.
John Cena
I did not
has
value
some
self.
anxiety.
So on the back of this
100%,
watch, it simply
'cause I
says
watched-
comparison is the thief
listen
of
to
joy. So I take this, and every time I feel uncomfortable or of low self-worth, I just give it a little reminder, and it reminds me that I am enough and I'm worthy of love. And on the other side, it says memento mori, for when my head gets too big, I need to remember that I'm human and I am above no one. And always remember where I came from and remember those that support me, that I don't do it alone. So I have one side for when I think my ego is too big and one side for when I don't feel enough. And it's a nice little keeper of perspective, not time.
See what I'm saying, guys? Like, that's amazing. I couldn't find a better episode. I was hanging out with my producer, director, Benji, and, we work out the episodes. I like to keep them fresh, so I try to just think about the subject, but then write it within that week. But that's a perfect example of practicing gratitude. He carries that second watch. One watch is to tell time, which is the one he wears on his wrist. Probably expensive. And the other watch is the one that we just talked about, that he just he looks at it, and it's got writing on both sides, and each writing reminds him, one reminds him to be humble, keep him level-headed. And the other side reminds him that he's worth enough, that he's worth it whenever, when he doubts himself. It takes work to practice gratitude, guys. So, just try your best. Figure out like what system works for you. Look online and just understand it. You know, I always say there's fundamentals with everything you really want to learn, and just go as basic as you can regarding what gratitude should mean to you and definitely practice and think about more things that you should be grateful about than the negative things that you think, you know, will either beyond your control or that you could have done better. You know, don't be so hard on yourself either. So, before my final thought, I remember. World issues. Whoop, whoop. We're back, baby. America's back. We're back at what we do best. Nobody does imperialism the way America does imperialism, okay? For better or worse, we're the best country there is, okay? Regardless our flaws, no other country you could be in, that no matter what your background is, your religious affiliation, your habits, whatever, no matter who you are, you come here and you could always lean on one identity, which is American. Best country in the world. So you guys know, Puerto Rican American, you know, and America's the best. So we're going to talk about the raid in Venezuela. I'll give you my opinion since I'm Puerto Rican. So I'm going to give you my opinion from being born in another country, territory. So I welcome Venezuela to maybe be the next Commonwealth of the U.S. But, you know, it is what it is, man. It's imperialism. Only the toughest survive. And, you know, if anybody's going to have that oil, it's going to be us. Plus a little history lesson. A lot of those facilities were built by us before they became, what's the word I'm looking for? Nationalized. And, you know, regardless of our flaws or what it is, like, yo, sorry, if you're not going to be with us, then you're against us, man. I'm sorry, you know. So, and you got to have haters to know that you're doing something right. So the reason America has so many haters is because we do so much right, or we do so many things that are so good. So one clip I'm going to play, allegedly, they were playing Chief Keef's song. And it was, what's the title of that song? Well, I'll let you guys figure it out. You can tell me what it is. Let's see. Technical difficulties, Benji. You could probably fix that there too. No, that's on there. On her what? On whose butt? My butt? All right, guys. So apparently, Chief Keef. Apparently, Delta team was playing Chief Keef on the way to get hyped to go handle business. 45 minutes in and out. Mission accomplished, bro. That's why we don't have freaking national health care. Because we can go in a country and scoop up a world leader in 45 minutes flat, bro. With nobody getting hurt. We're in, we're out. Mission accomplished. Shake hands, everybody. But yeah, Chief Keef. I like Chief Keef and King Von when I'm in my... what is it called? Anti-establishment state of mind. Goes hard. So, and to go along with that, not to be, you know, fully hyping like that. And I'll finish this is my conclusion regarding on the subject of Venezuela. You know, we're going to make the best that we can. We need to hold everybody accountable, our government, and make sure that, you know, they don't mismanage the situation. Just like they manage part of our country, because we, you know, definitely we're mismanaged. But there was a viral comment that I'm going to play for you guys. And on the viral moment, they're asking a gentleman the morning after celebrating, and they're asking him, like, how do you feel about, you know, now the United States basically putting hands on Venezuela after all this time? And the subtitles or the captions are going to be in English, but the gentleman speaks Spanish. Because, you know, I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I'm Puerto Rican, so I speak Spanish. So, here we go.
Y le pido a todos que tengan fe. No sé dónde irá a salir, pero le pido a todos que tengan fe que no se dejen llenar la cabeza de que los gringos solo quieren el petróleo, y los gringos solo quieren sus riquezas. O sea, y a esas personas les pregunto, ¿qué creen ellos que querían los rusos y los chinos durante tanto tiempo? ¿La receta de la arepa? Imposible.
Hilarious. Bars. Let that man some bars right there, bro. He's like, what do you think? You think the Chinese government and the Russian government coming over here to find out arepa recipes? Which, again, if a Venezuelan woman cooked me arepas homemade, like, you know, from scratch, yo, that's wifey material, dog. You know what I'm saying? Same with the Mexican women out here. It's like, if a girl really loves you as a man, she gonna make you tortillas. If she's Mexican, she gonna make you tortillas. She'll cook for you, bro. She gonna feed you, make sure that you're fed. So that's just what it is. Men are simple, you know. 2 things you have to do: fill our bellies and get our energy out, you know. Thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna leave you with my final thoughts. Again, remember all the social media stuff: Iggy the Man, Rumble, X, Facebook. Everything. Rumble is like my main. I want to try to get a lot of people on there that like add me on everything. Just go to Rumble. Start using Rumble. Rumble is just like a solid one. It's a little crazy in there, but it's solid. So, guys, my final thought regarding episode of gratitude. Hope you've learned a little bit. Something about all my viewers and the people that, you know, sometimes I'm going to say some things that are going to irk you. Take it in the comments. I want to hear from you. I'll talk to you over. I'll respond. I'm going to respond to everybody on my comments every time because they took the time to even like voice their opinion. So, but as much as I hope everybody enjoys the content, and I will forever be grateful to anyone's attention, for better or for worse, on the type of engagement that I have with you guys, just remember that I'm just, all we're doing out here as podcasts is just putting our ideas out there. Words are just words. They're not going to break your bones. And don't get emotional, you know. Just talk it out. Figure it out. And my job here, starting this season 2 of Iggy the Man, is just going to challenge people to think, you know. Use your use your critical thinking, you know. And just like I said on season 1, if I challenge you and I test you by what I say, there's the door. So say bye to me, say bye to my grandpa and baby Iggy. You know, if you don't like what I say, the door is right out that way, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Follow me, everything. Comment on my videos. Make sure you hit like. And we'll talk soon. Till the next one.